Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, I'd like to greet you all, and for first I would like to say thank you to the organizers for inviting me to this great congress, well organized congress. So today I will be speaking about the rights of the child in a public law in a Czech perspective. So here we can see the list of topics that I will more or less touch during my speech. And let's begin with some introductory information. So here at the Congress, we are talking about the importance of protection of child, their rights, and we are talking about their special needs. One of the tools how to protect children is a law, and also the public law. So this presentation will be about the tools of the public law to protect children and their rights. Children have a specific position in procedural law, and we can talk about civil law, administrative law, or criminal law. Criminal law is specific, and I will tell you later what is it specific about. So the Czech legal system is based on some international regulations. We are using these treaties and regulations in our law, but we also have some areas where we have a special legislation dedicated to the children and their protection. So now I will speak about the concept of the child age limits. For first, criminal law. In a criminal law, according to Czech Criminal Procedure Code, is a child any human being under the age of 18 years. But it's a definition, but we work with other ages. Important is age of 15 years. If a child younger than 15 years is a victim of a crime, for the perpetrator, for the offender, it's an aggravating circumstance according Czech Criminal Procedure Code. So if you commit a crime against a child, it's an aggravating circumstance. So it's one of the form of protection of children in a Czech criminal law. We have a specific regulation which is related to children and juveniles. It's the Act on Liability of a Youth for Wrongful Act and on Justice in a Matter of the Youth. It's the Act number 218 from the year 2003. This Act is mostly based on the principle of restorative justice. So this Act deals with three terms. It's term youth, children, and juvenile. So youth is children and are children and juveniles. So from their birth to the 18th year. Children is a category of child under 15 years. So it's from their birth to 15 years. If a child from this category commit crime or act that seems to be a crime, he is not criminal liable. So it's really important that children under 15 years aren't criminal liable, and if we commit this act, we call it an otherwise punishable act. And the category of juvenile is the category between 15 year and 18 year. So children after 15 years are criminal liable, but there are specific conditions, and we don't call it a crime, but we call it a wrongdoing. So, the concept of juvenile doesn't correspond to the concept of the age of majority according to civil law. According to civil law, a person acquires full legal capacity reaching the 18 year of age. But here are some exceptions. For persons who are older than 16 years, there could be marriage or emancipation. And according to this, they could acquire full legal capacity. But there is a condition that there must be an application of this person, and there must be a consent of his legal representative. And of course, it's based on decision of the court. So the court sees if this child is could be considered as full legal capacity person. The administrative law that deals with the definition of a child based on a convention, so it's every human being younger than 18 years. Constitutional framework. In our country, we have two main acts. One is the Constitution of the Czech Republic, and another one is Charter of the Fundamental Rights and Freedom. Both of these acts we have from the year 1993, so from the beginning of the Czech Republic as a state. There is important an article number 10 of the Constitution, and it talks about binding force of international treaties. So it's important for protection of children's rights because most of them came from these international treaties. There is also mentioned special protection of children and women in pregnancy, and equality for children born within or outside marriage. It's also important. So now the Convention of the Human Rights, just a little bit. I would like to mention that in 1992, Czechoslovakia was the first post-socialist state that ratified the convention in Central and Eastern Europe. So it's also important, and from this convention comes the right to the fair trial for everyone. So it means not only for adults, but also for children and also for juveniles. The Child Convention, it's the main topic of this Congress, so I don't want to speak about it more. But I would like to mention that there is a definition of best interest of the child. According this convention, the best interest of the child shall be the primary consideration in any action concerning children, whether carried out by public or private social welfare institution, administrative or legislative bodies. So it's important principle for whole area of public or also civil law. According to the convention, there is a catalog of rights of the child, and we can divide it into some groups. So for first, we could see its protective rights. For second, rights aimed at safeguarding the welfare of the child. For third, rights aimed at the liberation of the child, giving children the same rights as adults. And for fourth, it's the rights of the child in relation to his or her parents in respect of the child's self-determination, his or her autonomy in his decision making. Since 2004, Czech Republic is part of European Union, so European Union law is also binding for us. And it has a direct effect of the law. So Civil law is based on international regulations, of course, and some rules are regulated directly in a civil code. The civil code deals with determination of parenthood, adoption of child custody, child support, representation of the child, care of the child's property, etc. There are also the state authorities that oversee whether a parent is properly caring for the child. So it's some tool of control of parent according to the child. And now the criminal liability. As I said, the full criminal liability begins at the 18th birthday. So if he's someone older than 18, he's fully criminal liable. At the age between 15 and 18, he's partly criminal liable. He could be criminal liable, but there are some limits. There must be fulfilled that his intellectual and moral maturity is according to his age, and if he is not seen as a mature, so we can't say he had done a criminal act. So there is also important Act number 45 from year 2013. It's Act on Victims of a Crime, and there is a provision especially connected with children that said child younger 18 years is considered as especially vulnerable victim. So we have to deal it according in whole criminal proceedings. There are some special rules for example, integration of a child or a juvenile and so others. The minimum age of the criminal liability is defined as 15 years, as I already said, and under this age, a person couldn't be held criminally liable. There are special types of punishment for juveniles, so for human beings between 15 and 18 years, and they are focused more on their re-education. So it's a principle of restorative justice, as I said at the beginning. And now a little bit about interrogation of a child. It's a really interesting topic, and it's connected to the Act on Victims, as I said. There are special rules. So before the interrogation, juvenile shall be instructed in such a way that he or she understand the instructions. It's important because the instructions are the main for the rest of the interrogation. Also, there is a rule that a parent, legal representative, or employee of a child welfare authority must be always present at the interrogation. There are also some special interrogation rooms for children. It's for victims of a crime, and it doesn't seems as a police station. It seems like a really like a child room, and there are some toys and some pictures and so others, so that the child feel better in this room, and it's easier for him to go through the interrogation. And now the conclusion. As I said, the children have a specific position in the law that reflects their vulnerability and a lack of maturity. Their rights are regulated both on the level of national law and international law, and there are various limits of children's liability for their wrongful acts in criminal law, administrative law, and civil law. And we have some special laws dedicated to the children and juveniles, as you have seen. So that's all from me, and thank you for the attention.